of my co-hosts Isaac Simpson and Maria Perry, I'd like to welcome you to this episode of Short on Shorts. Our special guest reviewer this week is film journalist, author, and programmer Heidi Honeycutt, whose work has appeared in publications like Fangoria magazine and Movie Maker magazine. And today we're reviewing Daddy's Girl, directed by Jed Hart. Make sure to check it out before watching our review. The link is in the description below. Enjoy the movie and our review.
Maria's pick is the horror short Daddy's Girl by Jed Hart. A man is driving home from work when he finds a mysterious bicycle in the middle of the road. It's a highly suspenseful short that has an interesting ending that sort of ties it all together. Maria, we know you love horror, so not a surprising pick from you, but why this one?
I just love that it was so, again, you'll notice the horror shows that I bring on here are really beautiful horror. I don't really love like slashers. I'm not a huge fan of, let's shove a bunch of people in a room and see what happens sort of horror. But what I really like is really beautiful, tense horror. And this did that for me. It was very kind of suspenseful, but it's shot well and it looks like art. And you could tell there was something supernatural, but you couldn't really tell what, which I kind of liked. It was still sort of a surprise at the end when there was that supernatural element. And I was just like, no, this is good. This is solid. And I mean, I feel like that's all I really ask for in horror is good, solid, smart horror. So this totally did everything I wanted it to.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those rare exceptions, even though you all should have already watched the movie. Just in case you haven't, I think we probably shouldn't give away the end in this case because it's the only thing. It is beautiful. It's shot incredibly well, but other than that, the only thing that makes this stand out is the twist in the end.
But I think we need to figure out what that twist means. I think we have to.
We have to go deeper.
Really?
Into this.
Yeah, we got to see. I need to know if what I think the twist is the twist. I mean, it's probably pretty obvious, but.
Okay. Well, all right. So
So
we're going to go against what I just said.
Yes, we're going against what you said.
Just blow it for everybody.
Come on.
She was.
It's publicly available, and they will have plenty of opportunity to watch before
turn it
the
off
film.
right now if you haven't seen it and go watch it first. Okay.
The link is below. You just need to push pause and open it in another window and then come back to us.
And then you see if your interpretation of the ending is the same.
She's baiting,
Yeah. Right. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple, right?
Masturbate.
There's a weird
No.
well there's a weird element to it though that first of all I agree with you, it's beautifully shot, and it has really solid suspense pacing. I think like there's definitely it goes on, you're engaged, you want to find out what's happening. It does go on a little long, but it doesn't really quite grate on you. And then there is that payoff at the end. But there's that element of child pornography that's going on in there, which kind of threw me for a loop, where I was like, oh, okay, so this is some kind of weird, everything in the house is like super 1962. Like the TV, everything, the wallpaper, and the music that's playing, the player, maybe, and then there's this camera and I'm like, what's going on? They're shooting child porn? Like, what is happening in this short? And I feel like that was just totally thrown out after we saw it. It was just like a shocking moment, and then
It's funny
and
because
then it never comes
literally-
back. And so I don't know.
It's so funny because when I saw that, literally the sentence in my mind was, what kind of monster is this? And then when it comes to the end, it's a very different type of monster. I was like, oh, that's funny and made sense for my brain, I guess, but not as much for it. Doesn't spell that out.
Something confusing to me also was the conversation with the daughter in the beginning. That was why. I mean, I thought this was going to be his daughter. You know what I mean?
I think it's just to show that the reason he's so like gung-ho about it, it's not just like, oh, a kid, it's this could be my kid.
and the mention of the monster under the bed, that's what us writers like to call foreshadowing.
Exactly. Thanks. I've always wondered what that meant. No.
I think by the
So does she have a vampire under her bed? I mean, this is just that was.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that the scene that you guys were just mentioning in the room with all the kids, well, all the drawings on the wall and all of that, I think that to me, when looking back at it, since I have gotten to the end of the movie, that to me suggests that this is part of a larger thing, right? That they chose to end it where they did because they wanted to make a short film, or maybe they are intending it to be a teaser for a longer piece. But there's definitely room within this universe to go back and explore that, right? There's room for more of a story. I mean, there's no indication that she herself is a vampire, right? I mean, I never got that. And so I've never kind of seen, I haven't seen that movie before, I don't think. I mean, you're more into this than I am, but I've never seen, like, if I'm to take it completely literally, right? And we've already given it away, so what the heck? If it's literally his daughter, then a human living child is the daughter of a vampire, and he's using her as bait to get his food. Right, and then there's this whole other weird thing that's going on with the drawings in the room and the
But
kiddie porn
I feel
aspect
like
of
that
it.
probably is connected, and maybe it's just because I grew up on like reading the Anne Rice books and stuff, and everybody wants to only eat bad guys. So what better way to find bad guys than to lure them out with the promise of child pornography?
Yeah.
Another good one.
Maybe that's the deeper layer. Maybe
Yeah.
we're supposed to think he's this great dad who like loves his daughter, but maybe they're insinuating that psychologically underneath there's something horrible going on with this guy, and that's why he's
deserves
there.
to die. It's like, have you guys seen one of my all-time favorite movies, Let the Right,
Right,
One In?
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah.
Yeah, a very similar idea,
Yeah,
I would say.
yeah.
Have you guys seen that? Have you seen that?
I have not. But
Have you
it's
seen
not
Let
my
Me
genre.
In? Okay.
It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Let
there-
the right one in.
there's a
Yeah.
similar feel. Even the kind of pacing and tempo of the whole thing is a little similar.
Write in the comments whether you think I should take the time to watch that.
Oh, it's the best vampire movie.